What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Gym Leader Allister team, we are continuing the Generation 8 Gym Leader series. Now, we've done Gym Leader Milo, we've done Gym Leader Nessa, Gym Leader Kaboo, and we've done Gym Leader Beer as well. So now we're on to the Shield variant Gym Leader Allister. If you're enjoying this series, people, please drop a like on the video. If you haven't checked me out on Twitch already, I do all my live streams there. Twitch TV/PIMPNITE YT. And today we got two amazing battles. Now at the moment, I'm actually going to be going away tomorrow, so I'll have some uploads on schedule for you people while I'm away. So I'll probably be away for about, I don't know, about 3 days. So I need a little bit of a mini break, but I've been working my butt off today, and I've got lots of videos up for you people. All right, this is a battle on my Twitch stream. This one was against Juan, and we got a Mew lead. I'm not very amused by that, though. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the exact sets the gym leaders have. I'm going to be putting on my own EVs and my own items. Still, some of the movesets were all right, and then some of them just had, like, useless moves on them that actually weren't too good. So we got a Shadow Ball coming from the Mew there. That was my thoughts exactly. I was going to be using Nasty Plot, then Shadow Ball against this thing too. Now we've got a Giga Drain on this set as well for a little bit of coverage, which is nice. So we're going to fire that Shadow Ball out of the teapot, and Mew gets dumpstered by a teapot, man. Can you just imagine that? You send out a Mew right, and then like this measly little teapot ghost just takes you out one Shadow Ball. Anyway, so low-key expecting like a DC there, and now we've got a Tyranitar coming in. So Tyranitar is going to be really good against me. It's going to have like something like Crunch, and it can take me out like super easily. All I can do is go for a Giga Drain here. The other move I got on this one is Protect as well. That's what the exact gym leader had. Now the item I had on this one was Focus Sash, and the nature I had on this was I ran Timid Nature, and the ability was Weak Armor. So Tyranitar is going to be going for a Crunch there. That does a lot of damage, and Tyranitar is going to take me out in one shot. But still, I did some good damage with Giga Drain. I was quite happy with that. Okay, now I was thinking, what was the best Pokemon to swap into Tyranitar? I thought, let's go to Runerigus. I might be able to get a Trick Room going. So, Runerigus does get Trick Room, which is really cool. So I thought some of these Pokemon will work like super nicely under the Trick Room. We got Trick Room, Shadow Claw, Disable, and Earthquake. So Disable's quite a gimmicky move. It can be a little bit of fun, though, if you're able to outspeed them. So I'm going to get hit there by the Crunch from Tyranitar. We got Wandering Spirit kicking in there, and now Tyranitar's got Wandering Spirit, Hacker Exposed, and now I'm going to set up that Trick Room right, and now I'm going to be able to outspeed the Tyranitar under the Trick Room, and I can freely go for Earthquake against it if it does stay in, or if they choose to swap that. So I thought about it for a little bit. Are they going to swap? Are they not? I was like, it doesn't really matter. Let's go for Earthquake, get as much damage as possible, even if I do swap. But they did decide to stay in, probably because they didn't want to get any more damage against their other Pokemon, right? And it would burn up a Trick Room Toon as well. So Tyranitar's down and Mew's down. We've got the lead at the moment, and we've got the Trick Room up with my Runerigus. So things are going pretty good at the moment. Now, this person had quite a few legendaries on their team. They definitely got hold of that Pokemon home, people. Anyway, so Mewtwo's going to come in here. The best I can possibly do to this is a Shadow Claw. I'm not sure if Shadow Claw will take it out. On this set, I've got Max Health, Max Attack, Brave Nature, 0 IVs to suit the Trick Room. Shadow Claw actually fails to take out the Mewtwo, and Mewtwo's going to fire a Shadow Ball off of me, and Runerigus is going to go down. Man, how many Shadow Balls have been fired off this battle? It's like 3 already? So Runerigus is down, and I've got 4 more Pokemon remaining, but it's all good, right? Now, this gym leader actually had quite a few Pokemon to work with, too, which is nice. Instead of, like, the last couple, they've only had 5. So we're going to bring in Dusknoir here. Now, Dusknoir, the set I was running, was a Max Health and Max Attack set too. A lot of these ones, like Dusknoir normally has a lot of statusy move, but the gym leader pretty much only had Disable, so I was like, might as well go for like a fully offensive one with Brave Nature in the Trick Room too. So going for that Shadow Punch there, and Mewtwo is going to get punched by a Shadow. I don't even know how that works. Like, you punch someone, like, okay, just imagine this, right? Your fist right is a Shadow. Wouldn't that like pass through you? Like, wouldn't it do nothing? That doesn't make sense to me. Then again, when does Pokemon ever make sense? All right, so we've taken out half their team now. I've got the next legendary coming in here, which is the Zekrom. Now, this Pokemon was a very big problem. It hits hard, it's bulky, And also, like, it's just generally hard to get around. So I've got Shadow Punch, Thunder Punch, and Rock Tomb. Shadow Punch is the best I can possibly do against this thing. Rock Tomb, I could lower its speed, but I was like, nah, let's just go for some damage. So Shadow Punch is about, I'd say about a 5 to 6 hit KO. And now we got Bolt Strike. Bolt Strike looks absolutely awesome. And I take that one pretty well. It's a 3 hit KO. So now it sort of started to come to me. So I go for a Disable and disable their Bolt Strike, right? That'd be really, really, like, interesting if I could do that. Now, unfortunately for me, my Trick Room has run out, and my only Trick Room Pokemon is already KO'd, so I would have loved another one, but, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. We got to use those Gym Leader sets, right? So we got another Fusion Bolt from the Zekrom, and it's going to hit me, like, super, super hard there. Dusknoir does tank it, which is really cool. Now we're going to go for a Disable, so we're going to disable the Fusion Bolt on the Zekrom, making them a little bit salty. Now, they could go for a Dragon-type move here too, but it was good to get rid of Bolt Strike. That's a very, very powerful move. I could have gone for another Shadow Punch, but I thought, nah, I'll disable probably the best move that they've got on their Pokemon. So I can't really do a lot here. I just went for Shadow Punch again. It's not like I'm going to be able to outspeed a Zekrom, you know, with a bulky Trick Room Dusknoir. And now we got a Shadow Claw and Duskclaw. Duskclaw! Man, that's actually a good Pokemon. That's that new Legendary Pokemon name, people. Duskclaw. Dusknoir is going to go down. Next Pokemon we're going to swap in here is the Cursola. I really like Cursola. It's got a thumping special attack stat too. So this set has Hex, Strength Sap, Amnesia, and Ancient Power. Not a very good set. You can't really make use of Hex on this set. I would have loved to have Will-O-Wisp and Hex on this set, but that's you know, that's the way it goes. So I'm going to hit there by the Dragon Claw there, not the Dusknoir, not the Duskclaw, and that's going to activate my weak armor. Unfortunately, this thing has weak armor. It's like the worst ability a Stoli one can, you know, possibly have. So the item I gave this one was the Citrus Berry, and I'm going to be going for an Ancient Power, hoping, like, low-key hoping for a boost there, and it only does, like, a little bit of damage. I could have gone for Hex. It might have done, like, a little bit more damage, but I really needed that boost there in speed, at least. Anyway, so Zekrom's going to go for a Dragon Claw, and Cursola is going to go down. Nothing I could have done there. This thing is it's a powerhouse Pokemon, and it's very, very bulky at the same time, too. So now we're going to go into Chandelure. So Chandelure gets 3 special attacking moves, and it gets Will-O-Wisp. So I'm guessing the gym leader was planning on using Will-O-Wisp with the Hex Cursola, so setting that one out early. I decided to give it a Choice Scarf. I know that I had Will-O-Wisp on there, but most of the time I was just using an attacking move, so I gave it a Choice Scarf and gave my team a little bit of speed if it needed it right. We had Modest Nature with max special attack and max speed. Oh, the Cursola was max health and max special attack as well to clear that one up. All right, Zekrom's going to get bodied by the Shadow Ball there, which is really cool. Shadow Ball actually does pretty well against quite a few Pokemon on this guy's team. The Tyranitar was pretty much the problem there, unless I, you know, was able to swap it in and then go for, I believe it had Energy Ball as well. So we got Charizard coming in here. Now, Charizard, I was thinking, like, what is this going to be able to, like, take me out in one shot with, you know, like, because all the Fire-type moves are not going to do anything because of Flash Fire, so, you know, I was thinking, okay, it's going to have to use, like, Air Slash or something like that. Anyway, so go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does a lot of damage, man. Now we got a Dragon Pulse going from Charizard there. That's pretty much I guess that's the best they could do. And they get a lucky crit then, too. Chandelure's, I guess, was... I could have taken that a little bit better after then I seen the crit. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Now, the good thing about this is I'm actually Choice Scarf too, so I'm outspeeding the Charizard. And I mean, if they even did have Air Slash, Charizard had no chance of flinching me there. So Charizard is down. We've only got one more Pokemon left, but you may have noticed if you've been watching the battle closely, there's been no Dynamaxing at all. Now, the rule in this battle was I was only allowed to Dynamax the, you know, the Pokemon that the gym leader does, which is the Ganga. Okay, so the last Pokemon is Solgaleo. I'm locked into Shadow Ball. I thought, you know, I may as well go for Shadow Ball here. That'll be my best bet. And now we got Solgaleo go for a Dynamax. Now, I want to talk about this for a second, right? I'm not sure about legendary Pokemon getting Dynamax. Like, it's already a legendary Pokemon, right? They're already very powerful. Getting a Dynamax on top of that is absolutely ridiculous. Like Solgaleo, like that's like broken. So not only did they get like a huge buff in health, they get like all the effects of the moves too. Anyway, so we got the Shadow Ball there doing well over half health, and now we're gonna max Darkness from the Solgaleo, and that is definitely gonna wreck my Chandelure, taking it out in one shot. I got a crit too, so that probably would have taken out every Chandelure in the world. So I've got only one more Pokemon left, and that is my Ganga, and it's my G-Spot Ganga as well. Now, this Ganga was a max speed Ganga, max special attack, timid nature, usually what you run on your Ganga set. So we got Hypnosis, Dank Pulse, G-Max Terra, and Max Ooze, which is Sludge Bomb. Max Ooze is really good because you can keep using that and getting your special attack up. It's very, very powerful since, Ganga is quite a fast Pokemon too. And boy, you can get swept by this Pokemon so easy. So this is definitely one of my favorite G-Max Pokemon. Looks so good. The design's great. And it's got that big, mouth. It's like, I don't know, there's some sort of, I think it's like a Pokedex Center or something like that, talking about its mouth, how it leads to, nightmares or something. I may have the right one. I may have the wrong Pokedex entry, but you know what I mean. Someone will probably put it in the comment section. But anyway, I'm going to wreck that Solgaleo, and that's going to go down in one shot. That was no match for Mega Gengar. Look at that big old mouth. Thank you for the battle, Juan. If you ever watched this video, nice legendary team there. Except for the Charizard and the Tyranta. All right, let's get on to the second battle. This was a battle against Nate. This one was actually on my Twitch stream as well. And they were there during my stream, which is pretty funny. Okay, now the main thing I had with these gym leader teams, right, is people couldn't sort of guess what I was going to use, because if you remembered your gym battles throughout the game, right, if any of the opponents picked up on what I was doing, they'd probably be able to guess, what moves I had. Okay, so we got a Como League. This is actually super solid counter for my Poltergeist lead. I was hoping it didn't have bulletproof, but it did. I was like, damn it. A lot of the time I had to lead with this too with a Focus Sash, or this Focus Sash would get broken. So, complete utter fails there. There's not a lot I could do. I just went for Giga Drain to get as much damage on this thing as possible, and then hoping I could get rid of it. Anyway, so we've got Scummiest Scales there, and it's going to boost all of its stats. Very, very strong move. Just a very, very strong Pokemon in general as well. So I can go for another Giga Drain here. I'll just do 2 damage to it, and it's going to probably be able to take me out with any type of move. The good thing about that is I've taken it below half health, so I might be able to bring something in faster and take it out, right? I'm thinking that Chandelure could be good. Then I'm thinking it's got Shadow Ball. It's going to get wrecked by Bulletproof. What am I going to do? I need a Fairy type move. I don't have any Fairy type moves. So it's okay, Runerigus with Wandering Spirit might be handy. Let's go into that. Okay, so I've got Trick Room, Shadow Claw, and Earthquake. I decided Trick Room was going to be sort of my saving grace here. So we got a Dragon Claw, does a lot of damage to Runerigus. It's about a 2 to 3 hit KO, judging whether that's mid or max. And Wandering Spirit comes into effect. And now Como, instead of having Bulletproof, has Wandering Spirit, which is cool. So I've got that Trick Room up. I can go for the Earthquake here. I didn't think the Earthquake would actually take it out, and it didn't, but it got very close. So I was very happy with that damage there. We got a Dragon Claw from Como here on my Runerigus. Runerigus just lives there on 2 health. I nearly could play my merch. You know what? Merch available, people. Below the videos, you can see all my merch there, and link in the description too. Anyway, thank you to all the people who have been buying the merch as well. I very much appreciate that. We are coming up with some new stuff soon too, hopefully. Okay, so we got a Shadow Claw there. I'm going to take out the Como with that one, and a little bit of Disrespect crit there. And that's finally down. We got the Wandering Spirit back, and we got the Bulletproof back on the Como, which is just going to faint. Guys, I was actually a very nice person there. I gave it its ability back before it faints. Not many people would do that, you know what I'm saying? All right, next Pokemon we got is the Golluspot. America Pod's going to come out. Man, any water type move from this thing is going to wreck me. All I can go is for the Shadow Claw. I'm confident I can leave an Aqua Jet because Runerigus has some nice, defensive stuff. So I thought Shadow Claw could be my best bet here. I really love Runerigus. It's such a cool looking Pokemon, right? Does anyone really like Runerigus, or is it just me? Its design is super cool. Okay, so we got the Shadow Claw there. Doesn't do much to Golluspot at all. It's going to go for Liquidation. And Runerigus is, it's going to turn into a mummy again. So, unfortunately for me, Golluspot got rid of its Emergency Exit and got Wandering Spirit. So, that's sort of bad, because I can't just bring a Pokemon in and bust over half its health and then make it swap. So, we got Cursola here. Cursola isn't the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. I'm going to go for a Strength Sap here under the Trick Room and see how much I can drop its attack rate. Now, the problem is if it does attack me, which I was 100% sure that it would, it actually was going to drop my defense there with the Weak Armor. So, Liquidation still does a buttload of damage to me. It's a clear 2 hit KO still. And I'm going to drop my defense once again. So if I go for another Strength Sap, I should just be able to live the next one. I do have a Citrus Berry activation there, which is going to be handy, allowing me to live maybe a crit. I'm not sure. So now the Trick Room has worn off. Will the Golluspot stay in? or will it not? I was thinking, should I go for Ancient Power? That could be a good move to go for, predicting a swap. Maybe I was so close going for it, and Chandelure was coming. I was like, damn it, I should have gone for that. Anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go for the strengths up there, and that's going to get all of my health back. Now, as I said, I was running a max health and max special attack in Cursola. Sorry, not Corsola. Cursola. I always get those two names mixed up, like Cursola and Corsola. I always get them mixed up, like, I don't know, every single time I do. So this thing has a very good good special defense. I wasn't running like super special defensive, but you know, at the same time, Chandelure has massive offensive stats in its special attack, and Cursola is going to go down. So maybe if I had Assault Vest, I would have been able to, like, you know, live that one. Anyway, so we're going to go into my Chandelure. This is the Choice Scarf set. I'm very sure that they don't know that I'm Choice Scarf, and I'm hoping that they're not Choice Scarf either, because this could be really bad if I lose my Chandelure at this point in the game. Like, I've lost half my team already, and their team's like definitely a lot better than mine for sure. Like that Como, the Golluspod, some really scary Pokemon there. Unfortunately, outspeed, and their Chandelure is going to go down. I was like hoping, please don't have a Focus Sash or something like that. I need to keep, like, Chandelure was pretty much, it was like the heart of my attack force, right? I needed it like super badly. Like it took so many Pokemon out. It was very nice at revenge KOing as well. All right, so America Pod's going to come back in. It could go for an Aqua Jet, or I could just go for a Shadow Ball and, you know, get rid of it with the emergency exit. Now that's swapped out and swapped back in, that Wandering Spirit ability is no longer applying to it. I thought about this for a little while. Like, what should I do here? I was like, bugger it, let's go for Shadow Ball. They're not going to go for the Aqua Jet or the Sucker Punch or anything like that. And that's so bulky. I'm definitely thinking that's probably Assault Vested, right? A max health, max attack, something like that. Okay, so we emergency exited that, and now we got the Sandaconda coming in there. That's a really cool shiny too. I really like this shiny Pokemon. So I've got a super effective Energy Ball, right? And I'm thinking right here, let's just go for Shadow Ball. I can't really swap. I don't have a lot to swap into, so I think this will be a lot of damage regardless. Almost taking it out in one shot. And we got the Sand Spit coming up there, which is going to put the sand on the field, which is a little bit annoying. But there's nothing I could do there. I thought they may even G-Max that. Instead, they're going to go for a Drill Run, and Chandelure is going to get Shrek. Not much I could have done there. I was still very happy with the damage that I did to it and stuff like that. Okay, so we only got 2 more Pokemon left, and I've got my Dusknoir. And now Dusknoir can go for a Shadow Punch. Hopefully I can take this out. Even with Adamant Nature, it doesn't have the greatest attack stat in the world. Thunder Punch is going to do monkeys, and Rock Tomb is not going to do anything either. And Disable, well, there's not much point doing that. I don't really want this thing to swap either. I want to get rid of it. Okay, so that crits me with a Drill Run. I was like, damn, that did a lot of damage there. I go for that Shadow Punch, and I punch that snake in the face, and it's going to go down. So we've taken out 3 Pokemon now, and we're going to have a little bit of Sandstorm damage too. Now, the item I've got on Dusknoir is the Leftovers, so that's going to be a handy item. That's always a great item on Dusknoir. It's such a bulky Pokemon, right? Definitely one of, like, it has to be up there with some of my favorite Ghost-type Pokemon. You know what? Question today. What's your favorite Ghost-type Pokemon? Leave it in the comment section below if you're still sticking around at the moment. All right, we got the Golluspod coming back in here. Does it have Sucker Punch, or does it not, or is it just going to go for Liquidation? I've got Thunder Punch in this, so I thought this would be, like, super good. Like a good move against it, and hopefully I can do some solid damage. I wasn't sure if it would take it out. I just went for it anyway. So we got the Sucker Punch from the Golluspod. I knew I had it. I lived on 1 health. The merch is available. Getting that Thunder Punch off right. Man, I smacked that America Pod hard. It's going to go down. And the Sandstorm right is going to take out my Dusknoir. That was a crazy matchup there. Thunder Punch coming in absolute clutch there. Normally you'd never run that on Dusknoir, but it was so handy there. Merch, people, it's available. Anyway, so we got the next Pokemon coming out, which is the Vikavolt. So Vikavolt's going to be quite a difficult Pokemon to come against here. So we got the Ganga. I can go for the G-Max Ganga here, and I can pretty much go for a Max Ooze or a G-Max Terra. I know they have a Dynamax yet. I thought, let's go for Max Ooze, and then I could possibly go for a, G-Max Terra. I need to boost my special attack, because this Pokemon, like, their whole Pokemon team, right, was reasonably bulky. Like, outside of like the Chandelure, it was pretty bulky. Okay, and this thing could definitely carry like Assault Vest, anything like that too. So, I've turned into my big old Ganga there, and now they're going to Dynamax and go into their Vikavolt, of course, because, you know, that hadn't happened the whole battle. I knew they were kind of saving it to then. I don't know about Dynamax and Gmax. I feel like saving them to the end is the better play, unless you can really, take advantage while you're in Dynamax or Gmax. So, what I mean by that is, like, getting a speed boost, or if you're already a very fast Pokemon, get a special attack boost, like, you know, 1 or 2 of them, or a physical attacker, like a couple of them too. Like, if you can get that up, then you can continue to sweep afterwards, then sure. Like, doing a Dynamax or Gmax earlier is really good, but a lot of the time, you got to make sure you can actually, you know, pull through with that, because if you don't, then you can get, like, Dynamax on yourself mid to late game, and you can end up losing the battle. And I've seen that happen, like, so many times. It's really a mechanic you need to make, like, total use of it, because if you don't, the other person's going to make, you know, plenty use of it as well. Okay, so unfortunately for me, Max Ooze didn't do a lot of damage. I'm going to go for the G-Max Terra. Now, what G-Max Terra does, other than throwing a teapot, a chair, and a gumboot, it actually traps the opponent in, which is kind of cool for a mechanic of a move. And unfortunately, I missed the KO there on the Vikavolt, and Vikavolt's going to be able to take me out with, let's face it, a Thunder Shock at this point in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this battle. Thank you for the battle, man, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Gym Leader theme. I'm not sure who's next. I think it might be the old lady, Opal. All right, people. Peace out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.